The natural world is full of marvels, but few are as captivating as the diverse and astonishing forms of trees that populate our planet. Among them, some stand out for their sheer uniqueness, bearing traits that defy conventional expectations of what a tree should look like. These extraordinary specimens inspire awe, curiosity, and wonder, reminding us of the incredible adaptability and creativity of life on Earth. Let's delve into the lives of 15 of the most unusual trees in the world, each of which tells a story as compelling as it is remarkable. Before we start, hit the like and subscribe buttons for more exclusive news. The Baobab, Africa's Tree of Life. The baobab, often referred to as the Tree of Life, is a towering emblem of survival, resilience, and adaptability in the harshest of environments. Native to the arid landscapes of Africa, Madagascar, and parts of Australia, this tree captivates with its colossal size, unusual proportions, and almost otherworldly appearance. Some baobabs resemble giant, upside-down trees as if their roots are suspended in the air. This striking characteristic has given rise to countless myths and legends among the communities that live near them. Baobabs can live for thousands of years, with some specimens estimated to be over 2,000 years old. Their massive trunks can reach diameters of up to 36 feet and often serve as natural reservoirs, holding thousands of gallons of water during droughts. This unique adaptation is a lifeline for both the tree and the animals and people who rely on it. The baobab's bark is thick and fire-resistant, making it an excellent source of protection against the frequent wildfires of its native habitat. Beyond its practicality, the baobab is steeped in cultural significance. Its fruit, known as monkey bread, is rich in vitamin C and other nutrients, earning it a place in traditional diets and medicinal practices. Local folklore often portrays the baobab as a tree blessed by gods or spirits, and in many African communities it serves as a gathering place, a spiritual symbol, and a source of communal strength. The baobab's scientific name, Adansonia digitata, hints at its peculiar leaf structure, which resembles the shape of a hand. In Madagascar, where 6 out of the 8 species of baobab are endemic, the trees form natural cathedrals, rising like sentinels over the savanna. Their silhouettes against a fiery sunset are among the most iconic and breathtaking scenes in the natural world. Despite their resilience, baobabs are under threat due to climate change and human encroachment, making their conservation an urgent priority. The Rainbow Eucalyptus, nature's living canvas. If ever there were a tree that seemed plucked straight out of an artist's imagination, it is the Rainbow Eucalyptus, Eucalyptus deglupta. Native to the tropical forests of the Philippines, Indonesia, and Papua New Guinea, this tree dazzles with its multicolored bark, which looks as though it has been painted in vibrant streaks of green, blue, orange, and purple. This astonishing feature makes the Rainbow Eucalyptus one of the most visually striking trees in existence. The secret to this kaleidoscope of colors lies in the tree's natural growth process. As the Rainbow Eucalyptus grows, its bark sheds in patches, revealing a bright green layer underneath. Over time, this layer matures and changes color, progressing through shades of blue, purple, orange, and finally brown. Since the shedding happens at different times across the trunk, the result is a stunning mosaic of hues, as if the tree itself is perpetually shifting its palette. Aside from its aesthetic appeal, the Rainbow Eucalyptus is a marvel of biological efficiency. It is one of the fastest growing trees in the world, reaching heights of over 200 feet in its native environment. Its rapid growth and straight trunk make it an ideal choice for timber production, particularly in the pulp and paper industries. However, outside its natural range, the tree is cultivated primarily for ornamental purposes, gracing botanical gardens and tropical landscapes with its flamboyant display. This tree thrives in humid environments and requires ample rainfall to maintain its health and vivid colors. It is a common sight along riverbanks and in lowland rainforests, where its towering presence and luminous bark make it a beacon of biodiversity. While the Rainbow Eucalyptus is less culturally significant than the baobab, its ethereal beauty has inspired countless photographers, artists, and nature enthusiasts, making it a symbol of the intricate artistry of evolution. The dragonblood tree, a botanical enigma. Perched on the remote island of Socotra, off the coast of Yemen, the dragon blood tree, Dracaena cinnabari, is one of the most unusual and mystical trees on Earth. Its striking, umbrella-like canopy and blood-red sap have cemented its status as a natural wonder and a botanical enigma. This tree appears almost alien, its densely packed upturned branches creating a dome-shaped silhouette that provides shade to the rocky, arid landscape below. The dragon blood tree derives its name from the crimson resin it produces, which has been used for centuries in medicine, art, and rituals. In ancient times, this sap was believed to have magical properties, and it was highly sought after as a dye, a varnish for violins, and an ingredient in traditional remedies. Even today, local communities harvest the sap, which is still used in folk medicine and cosmetics. This tree is perfectly adapted to its harsh environment. Its dense canopy not only provides shade but also minimizes water loss by reducing evaporation from the soil. The branches are arranged to channel any moisture, whether from rain or dew, directly to the tree's roots. This ingenious design allows the dragon blood tree to thrive in one of the driest and most inhospitable regions on the planet. The Socotra archipelago, often called the Galapagos of the Indian Ocean, is home to a wealth of unique flora and fauna. But the dragon blood tree is undoubtedly its crown jewel. Its presence dominates the island's rugged terrain, creating an almost otherworldly landscape that has captivated botanists, filmmakers, and explorers alike. However, like many rare and specialized species, the dragon blood tree faces significant threats from habitat loss and climate change. Efforts are underway to protect this iconic species, as its decline would represent not just the loss of a tree, but the erosion of an entire ecosystem. Nature's masterpieces. These remarkable trees, the Baobab, the Rainbow Eucalyptus, and the dragon blood tree, are far more than mere curiosities of the natural world. They are living testaments to the extraordinary diversity of life on Earth, each adapted to its environment in ways that challenge our understanding of biology and inspire a deep appreciation for nature's ingenuity. Whether standing as symbols of survival in harsh climates, dazzling us with their vibrant colors, or evoking ancient myths, these trees remind us of the beauty and complexity that surround us. In celebrating their uniqueness, we are also reminded of our responsibility to protect them. Each of these trees faces challenges, whether from environmental changes, human activity, or the shifting balance of ecosystems. By learning about and cherishing these natural wonders, we take the first steps toward ensuring that future generations can marvel at their majesty just as we do today. The world of trees is vast and varied, but few specimens evoke the same sense of wonder as the quiver tree, sentinel of the southern desert. The quiver tree, Aloidendron dichotomum, native to the arid regions of southern Africa, is a peculiar and iconic tree that thrives in some of the harshest environments on Earth. With its striking sculptural form and unique adaptations to desert life, the quiver tree stands as a symbol of endurance and ingenuity in nature. What sets the quiver tree apart is its unusual spiky silhouette. Its thick golden brown trunk is covered in a powdery reflective coating that helps to deflect the sun's intense rays, while its branches fan out in forked patterns, resembling a massive candelabrum. These branches are adorned with clusters of fleshy succulent leaves that store water and provide vital nourishment during prolonged droughts. The tree's appearance, especially when it catches the light of the setting sun, gives it an almost ethereal glow, transforming the rugged desert into a landscape of surreal beauty. The quiver tree has deep cultural roots among the indigenous Sand people, who named it after its practical use. The tree's hollow branches were traditionally used to craft lightweight quivers for carrying arrows, a practice that gave the tree its common name. To the San, the quiver tree was not only a resource but also a spiritual emblem, embodying the resilience and resourcefulness required to survive in the desert. During its lifetime, which can span up to 200 years, the quiver tree produces clusters of bright yellow flowers, a rare and joyous sight in its barren surroundings. These blooms attract insects and birds, providing a critical lifeline for pollinators in a region where resources are scarce. Despite its ability to endure tough conditions, the quiver tree faces growing threats from climate change. Rising temperatures and shifting weather patterns have led to a decline in some populations, spurring conservation efforts to protect this living symbol of the desert. The cannonball tree, nature's explosive spectacle. The cannonball tree, Curupita guianensis, native to the tropical forests of South America, is one of the most striking and unusual trees in the world. Its name comes from the enormous spherical fruits that grow directly from its trunk and branches, resembling cannonballs. These fruits, coupled with the tree's bizarre growth habits and stunning flowers, make it a true spectacle of nature. The cannonball tree is remarkable for its ability to bear fruit and flowers simultaneously. The large, fragrant blossoms, which range in color from deep pink to bright orange, are among the most beautiful in the plant kingdom. These flowers exude a sweet, intoxicating aroma that attracts bats, bees, and other pollinators. Interestingly, the flowers grow not from the tips of the branches, as in most trees, but directly from the trunk and larger limbs, a phenomenon known as cauliflory. Equally fascinating are the tree's cannonball-like fruits, which can reach up to 10 inches in diameter. These fruits are extremely heavy and fall to the ground with a loud thud, earning the tree its martial-sounding name. The fruit's pulp is rich in nutrients but emits a foul odor, which helps to attract animals like pigs and other scavengers that aid in seed dispersal. Despite its unappealing smell, the pulp plays a vital role in the ecosystem by providing sustenance to wildlife. In addition to its ecological significance, the cannonball tree holds cultural and spiritual importance in several regions where it is grown. In Hinduism, the tree is considered sacred, often planted near temples and associated with the god Shiva. It is also valued for its medicinal properties, with extracts from its bark and leaves used to treat a variety of ailments, from colds to skin infections. The Socotra exoraza, the walking tree. Deep in the rainforests of Central and South America grows a tree so extraordinary that it seems to defy the laws of nature. The Socotra exoraza, commonly known as the walking tree, is a palm species that has fascinated scientists, explorers, and locals alike for its apparent ability to move across the forest floor. The walking tree earns its name from its peculiar stilt-like roots, which grow above the ground and spread outward in a starburst pattern. These roots, some of which can extend up to 10 feet, provide exceptional stability on the soft, shifting soils of the rainforest. What makes the tree truly unusual, however, is its alleged ability to walk. Some researchers and local legends claim that the walking tree can gradually shift its position by growing new roots in the direction it wants to move while letting older roots die off. This process, though extremely slow, could theoretically allow the tree to relocate to areas with better access to sunlight or nutrients. While the idea of a tree that walks has captured the imagination of many, the scientific evidence for such mobility remains a topic of debate. Regardless of whether the walking tree actually moves, its root system serves an essential ecological function. The elevated roots create microhabitats for small animals and insects, while also helping to prevent soil erosion in the rainforest. The walking tree is an excellent example of how plants adapt to their environments in extraordinary ways. It thrives in the nutrient-poor soils of tropical rainforests, relying on its roots to access nutrients from a wider area than most trees. Additionally, its towering height and the slender trunk allow it to compete for sunlight in the dense, shadowy canopy of the jungle. A testament to Earth's creativity. The quiver tree, the cannonball tree, and the walking tree each showcase the remarkable diversity of life on Earth. From the deserts of Africa to the tropical rainforest of the Americas, these trees embody the ingenuity of nature in overcoming challenges, whether through bizarre growth habits, spectacular reproductive strategies, or ingenious adaptations to extreme environments. Their distinct forms and unique behaviors not only contribute to the ecosystems they inhabit, but also serve as a source of fascination and inspiration for humanity. These unusual trees remind us that the natural world is full of surprises, challenging our perceptions of what is possible and encouraging us to explore, protect, and cherish the incredible variety of life that surrounds us. By celebrating these botanical marvels, we deepen our appreciation for the complexity of ecosystems and the interconnectedness of all living things, affirming our role as stewards of the planet's extraordinary biodiversity. The banyan tree, nature's endless embrace. The banyan tree is a true marvel of nature, famous for its sprawling canopy and the labyrinth of aerial roots that descend from its branches to the ground. Native to India and other parts of Southeast Asia, this tree is not just a botanical wonder, but also a cultural and spiritual symbol, revered for its endurance and its seemingly infinite ability to spread. What makes the banyan tree so extraordinary is its unique growth pattern. Unlike most trees which grow upward and expand their branches outward, the banyan tree grows downward as well. Its aerial roots dangle from the branches, eventually anchoring themselves into the soil and transforming into secondary trunks. Over time, this process allows the banyan tree to create a massive interconnected grove with what appears to be multiple trunks supporting a single vast canopy. In some cases, a single tree can span several acres, offering shade to an entire ecosystem of animals and plants beneath its expanse. The banyan tree holds profound cultural and historical significance, particularly in India, where it is often regarded as sacred. In Hindu mythology, the tree is associated with the god Vishnu and symbolizes immortality, strength, and shelter. Banyan trees have long been used as gathering places for communities, and their shade has witnessed countless philosophical discussions, religious ceremonies, and moments of rest for weary travelers. One of the most famous banyan trees in the world is the Great Banyan in the Indian Botanical Garden in Kolkata, which covers an area of nearly 5 acres and is thought to be over 250 years old. The tree has become a tourist attraction, admired for its monumental size and the surreal forest-like appearance it creates with its numerous trunks. The Baobab prison tree, a historical enigma. In the remote Kimberley region of Western Australia stands one of the most unusual and historically significant trees in the world, the Baobab prison tree, Adansonia gregorii. Related to Africa's baobab, this tree is renowned for its bulbous hollow trunk and its unique role in Australian history. Though visually similar to its African relatives, the baobab has its own distinct characteristics and stories to tell. The Baobab prison tree is particularly famous for its hollow trunk, which is so large that it can accommodate several people inside. Historically, the tree was reputedly used as a temporary holding cell for Aboriginal prisoners in the late 19th century during the colonial era. While the exact details remain debated, the tree's role as a prison has made it an enduring symbol of Australia's complex and often painful history. Aside from its historical significance, the baobab is a botanical wonder. Like the baobab, it can store water in its swollen trunk, allowing it to survive in the arid conditions of northwestern Australia. Its gnarled, weathered appearance gives it an ancient, almost mystical presence, and it is revered by Indigenous Australians, who see it as a sacred tree linked to ancestral spirits. The Wollemi pine, a living fossil. The Wollemi pine, Wollemia nobilis, is not just a tree but a window into the distant past. Often referred to as a living fossil, this ancient species was thought to have been extinct for over 2 million years, until it was rediscovered in 1994 in a remote gorge in Wollemi National Park near Sydney, Australia. The Wollemi pine is one of the rarest and most unusual trees in the world, with fewer than 100 mature specimens known to exist in the wild. The tree's discovery was a moment of immense excitement for botanists and conservationists, as it provided a glimpse into a prehistoric world. Fossil evidence suggests that the Wollemi pine has existed for over 200 million years, surviving dramatic shifts in climate and geography. Its persistence is a testament to its adaptability and the resilience of ancient lineages. The Wollemi pine's appearance is striking and somewhat mysterious. Its bark has a distinctive bubbly texture, often described as resembling chocolate cake, and its long flat leaves grow in a whorled pattern around the branches. The tree produces both male and female cones, which are crucial for its reproduction. In the wild, it grows in secluded rainforest gorges, thriving in nutrient-poor soils and misty conditions. After its rediscovery, efforts were made to propagate the Wollemi pine and distribute it to botanical gardens and private collectors worldwide. This has helped to ensure the species' survival while reducing the risk of its extinction due to disease or environmental changes in its native habitat. Today, the tree is often seen as a symbol of hope and the importance of conservation. Nature's legacy of wonder. The banyan tree, the Baobab prison tree, and the Wollemi pine each offer a glimpse into the endless ingenuity and diversity of the natural world. These trees, with their sprawling canopies, hollow trunks, and ancient roots, challenge our understanding of time, resilience, and adaptation. They not only enrich the ecosystems they inhabit, but also carry stories that resonate deeply with humanity, stories of endurance, cultural significance, and the enduring mysteries of life. Exploring these botanical marvels deepens our appreciation for the planet's incredible biodiversity and reminds us of the fragility of our natural heritage. By protecting these extraordinary trees, we ensure that their stories continue to inspire wonder and awe for generations to come. The General Sherman tree, the titan of the forest. In the heart of California's Sequoia National Park stands a tree so colossal that it commands the awe of all who see it, the General Sherman tree. This giant sequoia, Sequoiadendron giganteum, is the largest known living tree on Earth by volume, a towering testament to the grandeur and endurance of nature. With a height of nearly 275 feet and a trunk volume exceeding 52,000 cubic feet, the General Sherman tree is not just a tree, it is a natural monument to time itself. The General Sherman tree is estimated to be between 2,200 and 2,700 years old, making it one of the oldest living organisms on the planet. Despite its immense size, it continues to grow, adding enough wood each year to equal a typical mid-sized tree. The tree's massive trunk is nearly 36 feet in diameter at its base, and its thick, spongy bark, up to 3 feet thick, provides incredible resistance to fire, insects, and disease. What makes this tree and others of its species so extraordinary is their ability to thrive in environments that are both challenging and dynamic. Giant sequoias rely on fire to reproduce. The heat from forest fires opens their cones and releases seeds, while the cleared ground provides fertile space for new saplings to grow. Far from being destroyed by fire, the General Sherman tree has scars on its bark that testify to its resilience in surviving centuries of natural flames. Though it is the largest by volume, the General Sherman tree is not the tallest tree on Earth, a title held by the coast redwood, nor is it the widest, which belongs to the Montezuma cypress. However, its immense girth, height, and longevity make it an icon of the natural world. Visitors from across the globe come to witness its grandeur, standing in silent admiration of its sheer scale and the ancient history it represents. The Tenere tree, the loneliest tree in the world. In the vast, barren expanse of the Sahara Desert once stood a solitary tree, known as the Tree of Tenere, Acacia tortilis. For decades, it was celebrated as the most isolated tree in the world, the only living plant for over 250 miles in any direction. This acacia was a remarkable testament to life's ability to persist against impossible odds, thriving in one of the harshest climates on Earth. The Tree of Tenere stood as a symbol of resilience and survival. Its roots stretched deep into the desert sands, tapping into a hidden underground water source more than 100 feet below the surface. Despite the unyielding heat and desolation, the tree managed to flourish, its sparse leaves offering a rare patch of green in an otherwise monotone desert. For centuries, the Tenere tree served as a landmark for travelers and nomadic tribes crossing the unforgiving Sahara. Its presence was so improbable that it became a focal point of local lore and an enduring symbol of the desert's harsh beauty. The tree was depicted on maps and revered as a guidepost for life amid the emptiness. Tragically, the Tenere tree met an untimely end in 1973 when a truck driver accidentally struck and uprooted it. Its remains were moved to the Niger National Museum, where they are preserved as a poignant reminder of both the tree's uniqueness and the fragility of nature. In its place, a metal sculpture now stands in the desert, marking the spot where the loneliest tree once defied the odds. The Crooked Forest, a botanical mystery. Tucked away in a quiet corner of Poland near the village of Grafino lies one of the most peculiar and enigmatic groves in the world, the Crooked Forest, Krzywy Las. This grove of approximately 400 pine trees is unique not because of their height or age, but because of their mysterious curved trunks. Each tree in the forest bends sharply near the base, forming a hook-like shape before growing upright again, creating a surreal, otherworldly landscape. The Crooked Forest has baffled scientists, historians, and nature enthusiasts for decades. Theories about the cause of the unusual curvature abound, ranging from natural phenomena like snow damage or genetic mutations to human intervention. One popular theory suggests that the trees were deliberately bent during their early growth stages in the 1930s, possibly by local farmers or craftsmen who intended to use the wood for specialized purposes such as making boats or furniture. However, no definitive evidence supports this explanation, leaving the true cause of the tree's curvature a mystery. Despite the lack of answers, the Crooked Forest has become a tourist attraction, drawing visitors from around the world who marvel at its eerie, dreamlike beauty. The trees, which are mostly Scots pines, are estimated to be about 80 years old. Their odd shapes give the forest a sense of quiet intrigue, as if it holds secrets just beyond our understanding. Ecologically, the crooked forest provides a fascinating case study of how trees can adapt to unusual conditions or interventions. The trees are healthy and continue to grow upward despite their bent trunks, a testament to the resilience and persistence of life. The forest also supports a variety of local wildlife, offering shelter and sustenance to birds, insects, and small mammals. Nature's infinite stories. The General Sherman tree, the Teneré tree, and the crooked forest each represent a different facet of the natural world's wonder. From the colossal scale of the General Sherman to the improbable solitude of the Teneré tree and the mystifying shapes of the crooked forest, these trees remind us of the endless variety and resilience of life on Earth. They stand as living symbols of endurance, mystery, and the deep interconnectedness between nature and humanity. In contemplating their stories, we are reminded not only of nature's beauty, but also of our responsibility to preserve and protect these extraordinary trees and the ecosystems they inhabit. Each tree, whether an ancient giant, a lonely desert survivor, or a grove of enigmas, tells a tale that enriches our understanding of the world and inspires us to marvel at the boundless creativity of life itself. The silk cotton tree, guardian of ancient temples. The silk cotton tree, Ceiba pentandra, native to tropical regions of Central and South America, West Africa, and Southeast Asia, is a majestic and ancient species renowned for its immense size, striking buttress roots, and deep connection to human culture and history. Towering over its surroundings, this tree often reaches heights of over 200 feet, with a sprawling canopy that provides shade and shelter to countless creatures. One of the silk cotton tree's most remarkable features is its massive buttress roots, which can extend outward for over 30 feet. These roots, though shallow, provide structural stability for the enormous tree while also creating microhabitats for a variety of plants and animals. The tree's towering stature and wide-reaching roots make it a focal point in the ecosystems it dominates. What sets the silk cotton tree apart is its role as a cultural and historical icon. In Cambodia, the tree is famously intertwined with the ancient ruins of Angkor Wat, where its sprawling roots have enveloped the stone temples, creating an awe-inspiring blend of nature and human craftsmanship. These trees seem almost to guard the sacred spaces, their roots creeping through cracks and binding the stones together. The resulting scenes of tree and temple have become emblematic of the eternal relationship between humanity and the natural world. In many cultures, the silk cotton tree is considered sacred. It is often associated with spirits or deities and used as a site for rituals and offerings. In African folklore, it is believed to house ancestral spirits, while in parts of Asia, it is thought to be a gateway to the divine. Beyond its spiritual significance, the tree has practical uses. Its fibers, extracted from the seed pods, are used to stuff pillows and mattresses, while its wood and bark are utilized in traditional medicine. The Jabuticaba tree, the tree that bears fruit on its trunk. The Jabuticaba tree, Plinia cauliflora, native to Brazil, is a true anomaly in the plant world. Unlike most fruit-bearing trees which produce fruit on their branches, the Jabuticaba grows its small, grape-like fruits directly on its trunk and larger limbs in a phenomenon known as cauliflory. This distinctive trait makes the tree look as though it is studded with glistening black or purple gems. The Jabuticaba's fruits are not only visually striking but also delicious and versatile. Their sweet tart flavor has made them a staple in Brazilian cuisine, where they are eaten fresh or used to make juices, jellies, wines, and liqueurs. The fruit's pulp is rich in antioxidants and vitamin C, and its seeds are sometimes used in traditional medicine for treating asthma and digestive issues. The tree itself is relatively small, growing to heights of about 10 to 15 feet, making it ideal for backyard gardens in tropical climates. Its flowers, which appear directly on the bark before transforming into fruit, are delicate and white, adding to the tree's aesthetic charm. The rapid growth of the Jabuticaba's fruits, sometimes ripening within a few weeks of flowering, makes it a favorite among gardeners and farmers. The Tree of 40 Fruit, a living work of art. The Tree of 40 Fruit is a singular creation rather than a naturally occurring species. This horticultural marvel was conceived by artist and professor Sam Van Aken, who used grafting techniques to create a tree capable of producing over 40 different varieties of stone fruits, including cherries, plums, peaches, apricots, and almonds. Each fruit-bearing branch of the tree is carefully grafted from a different tree species, resulting in a living mosaic of biodiversity. What makes the tree of 40 fruit so extraordinary is its ability to bloom in a spectacular array of colors. During spring, the tree bursts into a kaleidoscope of pink, white, and crimson blossoms, each branch flowering in accordance with its respective fruit variety. This stunning display is not only a feast for the eyes, but also a powerful statement about the intersection of art, science, and agriculture. A celebration of diversity. The silk cotton tree, the jabuticaba tree, and the tree of 40 fruit each embody the incredible diversity and adaptability of trees. Whether intertwined with ancient ruins, defying conventional growth habits, or serving as a living work of art, these trees remind us of nature's boundless creativity. Each one enriches the world in its own way, offering beauty, sustenance, and inspiration while challenging our understanding of what trees can be. As we marvel at these extraordinary specimens, we are reminded of the importance of preserving and cherishing the rich variety of life that surrounds us. These trees are more than biological phenomena. They are symbols of resilience, ingenuity, and the deep connections between humanity and the natural world. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, could you leave your comments below and tell us, what are your thoughts on the most unusual trees in the world? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.